Hello my lovies and welcome back to my channel. It's so good for you to come and join me today. I am in such good form today. I actually feel like skipping around the house. I just did a life update video. I will link it down below because I'd say it will be up before this. I don't know, it could be up after, but anyway, I'll update you guys on what I'm doing with my life and what's happening at the moment. The other thing I wanted to say to you guys is I have no misses in this video this month because it's kind of, I wasn't able to try too much this month. I had the wedding on and there was a couple of other bits and pieces going on in June, so it just kind of, there's no misses this month, so I'm sorry about that. There's another thing I was to talk to you guys about. I can't remember. Oh yeah, Instagram. I'm posting a little bit more on Instagram at the moment. I'd love you guys to follow me here if you can, because that would really make my day. And I'm going to be doing a sneaky little giveaway very shortly, so if you do want to join that, you can go to Instagram and just keep an eye on it because it's coming up very shortly. I just need to gather up everything and actually present it nicely for you guys. Let's move on to my hits of the month. The first product I want to talk about is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base. I am obsessed. I'm really loving this primer. I went to Michelle's wedding in Santorini. I'm only home like a week. Oh my god, it was like the most amazing, magical, beautiful wedding I've ever been to in all of my days. Santorini is a stunning place and Michelle looked beautiful, and Matthew, the words he said to her, I was like in tears. My mascara was flooded down my face and it was just so lovely to see my best friend, a girl who I love with every inch of my body, get married to the love of her life, and I just felt so full of love on the day. It was just a beautiful ceremony, a beautiful wedding, and she looked fabulous. Let's move on. I am loving this Infallible base because I wore it to Santorini and it kept my foundation on all day. Like the heat was about like 32 degrees of humidity. The humidity levels, oh my god, my face was sweating. And I put my makeup on at like 1 in the day and by 5 in the morning it was still intact, and it was all down to this primer. I'm nearly 100% convinced it was this primer. This primer is amazing, really affordable. It's like a silicone based primer, reminds me loads of the Smashbox primer. Really nice at filling in pores, really nice at giving your face like that silky soft feeling, and great for oily skin in particular because I'm an oily mess, as we all know. But I really enjoyed this. It's a lovely primer. Definitely recommend. The next thing is a new purchase from me, and this is MAC Yash lipstick. And I have heard so many people talk about this, particularly Jamie Genevieve. She loves this lipstick. And I was going through Dublin airport and I was like, look, I'll just pick it up, and I just love it. I don't know if you can even see that on my hand. I'm quite tanned at the moment, obviously, because I've just like a week home from Santorini, but it is a beautiful nudie brown, but it's like perfect. It's a little bit darker than Honey Love and a little bit lighter than Whirl. It's just a perfect brown shade with a touch of like almost pink in it, and I just love it on my lips. It's beautiful, and MAC lipsticks are my favorite formula ever. I know I'm so old school with MAC, but I still love them to this day, and that lipstick is gorgeous. So Jamie Genevieve, she totally enabled me to buy it and I love it so much, and I'm glad I bought it. Okay, when I was at the MAC counter buying Yash lipstick, I said to myself, look, I may as well pick up foundation. I haven't worn my MAC foundation in a long time and I think I'm all out of it, and I'd like to pick up another bottle of it. So I picked up the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation from MAC in the shade NC35, which has been my shade for forever and a day. It matches me perfect. It just looks lovely on my skin. I absolutely adore this. I wore this to Michelle's wedding and it just looked sensational all day. So between this, oh my god, what have I done? So between this and the primer, my face looked just flawless. Like my makeup went on stunningly well. Look at me just wasting all of the foundation because I'm so silly. So blended into my skin really well, just adhered to my skin and looked lovely. Like it's a little bit, tiny bit light now. You can probably see that now, but in general I can get away with it, and when my tan fades it will be perfect. Just really full coverage. And I know that sometimes I have issues with this breaking me out. This time I didn't. I had no breakouts, nothing like that, and I really loved it. Next I want to talk about my Jo Malone perfume. I picked up this perfume. This is the Wood Sage and Sea Salt perfume in, where did I pick this up? Gatwick Airport. When I was coming home from being with Nivea in London. I forgot I did that in early June. The months are just flying by. But anyway, I picked it up. I've never had this actual scent and I love it. I just bought the small one because I went around and smelled them all and I was like, oh my god, I really like that. Oh my god, it's amazing. This is my scent on Michelle's wedding day. I wore this in Santorini every day. Like, you can see how much I've gone through in like 3 weeks. I just really love the scent. My mum has this one. I think it's the wood sage and sea salt she has as well. So I don't know, maybe that's why I like it. But it smells different on her than it does on me. Obviously your natural body and stuff like that will give it a different scent. But I love this and I'm going to buy the full size of it. It was, I think, £50 or £47 or something like that. Not too expensive, but it is expensive, an expensive perfume, I suppose, for 30 mils. Generally, like, I buy my Britney Spears for a 100 ml bottle of it's like €27 or something like that. Like, that's like my ride or die perfume. But I feel like as I'm getting a little bit older, a more mature kind of elegant fragrance is probably required, but I still love Britney. I love that smell so much. My favorite lip liner of the month has been the one I'm wearing currently and the one I've been wearing a lot, and that is MAC Soar lip liner. Oh my god, I love this lip liner. I completely and utterly forgot all about MAC Soar, and then I kind of like rediscovered it in like my collection. I was like, why haven't I been wearing that in ages? And it's what I've lined my lips with today, and I just love it. It's just a lovely kind of pinky shade. I have a lot of MAC favorites this month actually. It's kind of weird. It's like a pinky brownie shade. It's just beautiful on the lips, and if you wear this with a lighter pink lipstick, it just looks gorgeous. Or you can wear this even with a nude or anything. I'm wearing it with another favorite of mine this month, which I'll talk about next, but Soar lip liner, love it. Really long lasting. MAC lip liners are just the best, and something more affordable, it'd be the NYX ones. And the lipstick I've been loving this month, I don't know if I've mentioned that I love this lipstick before, but it's Urban Decay Back Talk lipstick. It's just the most incredibly beautiful mauvey pink shade. It's what's on my lips right now, and I have a lip gloss over it, but I've been wearing them together. I love this because it's really long lasting. It's matte. It doesn't sit into any of your fine lines on your lips or anything like that, and it doesn't, you know, grab onto dry skin or anything like that. The formula of these Urban Decay lipsticks is really, really, really good. It's a comfort matte formula, so it's not quite as drying as a full-on like matte, but it is still matte on your lips, but comfortable, if that makes sense. And where would I be without this goodie this month? This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I have the old packaging of it. It doesn't look like this anymore, but I wore this so much when I was away because like my skin was getting deeper and foundations just weren't really matching me that much. So what I was doing was putting a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes, setting it, and then bronzing my whole face with this. That's all I was doing for makeup. Bit of mascara and brow products, and that was it. I was good to go. This was my go-to bronzer, and I am absolutely obsessed with it, and it's just the right undertone. I'm wearing it today across my forehead and kind of here as well. It's the right undertone for my skin. It just looks gorgeous on me, and I just think it makes my makeup, my skin appear like naturally glowy and like sun-kissed without actually having to add a layer of foundations or anything like that onto my skin. So I love this bronzer. So my next favorite this month, I actually can't find the shade that I've been using because I think I've used it all up, but it is from the BAM, and it's the Ferocious Brow Pencils. Now this is the dark shade. It doesn't match me. I use the medium one and I've used all of it up. It is amazing. It lasted me about 6 weeks of using it every single day, which I think is pretty good for a brow pencil, or every time I needed my brows filling in. And it's much more inexpensive than the Benefit, you know, the Precisely My Brow or anything. It's exactly the same. So it's like a pencil, and then obviously you fill in your brows. Now this shade does not match me because it's too dark. This is the dark brown, and like I said, I use the medium, but it is so incredible to just fill in your brows. I'm just going to put like a bit of a darker bit on the end. I just love this to fill in my brows. This works incredibly well. I find the product is a little bit stiffer, so you get a lot more use out of it. Like I find with my Catrice one, it's just so creamy that I go through like the pencils in about a week, whereas this one actually lasts a bit longer, kind of like the Benefit one. I just absolutely love this to fill in my brows and just kind of shape them and stuff. I need to pick up the medium one again. There's a blonde, and then this is dark brown, and then it's the medium middle shade. There's only 3 shades and I love it. The other product is actually from the BAM as well. This is called the Mary Luminizer. So this is like a dewy Mary Luminizer in a liquid form. So again, this has been something I've been using obviously when I was on holidays, just to give me a highlight. Instead of using powder products, I just feel like these creamy products are really nice. This is the first one that I've actually used that I really like, that I can actually use properly on my skin, and it just looks blinding. So obviously I'm not going to, well, I'll just add a little bit on top of this. It's not something I'd recommend over a powder just because it might stick to your powder, but I do recommend it over your like bare skin, especially if you want to add a little bit of dewiness, or if you want to intensify a powder highlight, you could apply it to it, but just be careful with it because it can like cake together very easily. But it is a beautiful, beautiful highlight, exactly the same as the Mary Lou powder, which I've been loving that again this month as well. But I said I would mention this because it's a newer product, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Just if you want a liquid highlight, it's probably one of my favorite ones. I've tried tons, and some of them are, you know, they're lovely on the skin. They give you a dewy feel or dewy appearance, but they're not like quite blinding, whereas I feel like this, you layer up and it becomes blinding. So that is all for this month, guys. There hasn't been a huge amount of favorites, but just a select few because I'm just kind of trying to get back into my filming routine and, you know, picking up products to test for you guys. And if there's anything you want me to test, do let me know. I'm going to try and get more makeup products this month and discover new things. I am trying out the Benefit Hello Happy foundation today. And without being too premature in talking about it, I actually do feel like this is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. It's just what I'm wearing on my face today, and it's really light to medium coverage, but it just looks sensational on my face. I actually can't believe how gorgeous it looks because it just looks really natural. My hair is a hot mess today as well. It gives my skin a gorgeous appearance. It just evens out my complexion without adding extra coverage. It just makes my skin look really nice. So without being premature mentioning this, it is gorgeous and I'm really, really happy with it. I've only been wearing it for like 2-3 hours. Have I been wearing it for 3 hours? Yeah, 3 hours. So I'm not really like fully convinced that it's going to hold up throughout the heat, but it's doing pretty well for 3 hours. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. If there's any more videos you would like to see on my channel, please let me know because I would love to do them for you. And until then, I will talk to you in my next video. Mwah. Bye, guys. I love you.